My child, my beloved, come close to this message for a moment. Do not rush. Do not scroll. Just breathe. Because something has been happening around you, quietly. Silently, without your awareness, and heaven has been trying to reach you. My beloved, this is Archangel Michael speaking through the light of God. What I am about to reveal is not spoken casually. Today, on November 6th, your name was mentioned in the kingdom of heaven with urgency. With trembling seriousness, as if time itself had leaned forward to listen. My child, if you feel your heart beating differently right now. If your breath feels slightly heavier. If there is a small shiver running down your spine, it is not by accident. This message was sent directly to you. Before we continue, my beloved, listen carefully. There is a reason you are seeing this instead of something else. There is a reason you couldn't scroll away. There is a reason your soul responded before your mind did. Because tonight, something is going to enter the space where you sleep. Not something to harm you, but something to reveal truth. And heaven is begging you, just for 2 seconds. Do not ignore this, my beloved. You have prayed many times, asking for a sign. Asking for clarity, asking for truth to finally show itself. Asking that the masks fall from the faces of those who pretend to love you. That prayer has finally been heard. Tonight, a revelation will move inside your home. A whisper, a presence, a shift in the air. You may feel a sudden silence. A sudden coldness, a sudden warmth. A sudden remembering of something you forgot you knew. Do not be afraid, for I am with you. My sword is drawn. The light of God is standing at your door. Your house is being surrounded by angelic presence, not for fear, but for protection. My beloved, you have been watched by eyes that do not belong in your life. Someone has spoken your name in a room where you were not present. Someone has tried to pull your spirit down. Someone has been secretly hoping that you fail. That you become tired, that you break, that you doubt yourself. But heaven said no more. Tonight, the truth will begin to uncover itself. The masks will fall. The shadows will tremble. There will be no more hiding. You may notice a phone call that feels different. A message that suddenly exposes intentions. A person whose tone changes. Or a silence that speaks louder than words. My child, listen. Do not fight the revelation. Do not fear what comes to light. What is being removed is only what was holding you back. Your spirit has outgrown certain energies. Certain attachments, certain people, certain illusions. Heaven is not taking anything away from you, heaven is returning you to yourself. But the moment this happens, your environment changes. Your home shifts, your inner world expands. This is why I asked you to open this message. Because if you do not understand what is happening, you may mistake divine protection for loss. You may call blessing a tragedy. You may see a miracle and think it is chaos. My beloved, trust me. This is God rearranging your destiny tonight. Now listen closely. Something will happen around you. And when it does, do not react with emotion. Do not confront anyone. Do not argue. Do not explain yourself. Just observe. Stay still. Stay calm. Stay centered. Because the truth will reveal itself without your effort. My child, I will tell you the rest. But you must respond to this message with your presence. Say, I am ready, Archangel Michael. Type it. Speak it softly. Whisper it in your heart. My child, my beloved, since your heart has agreed, I will continue. Listen closely now, because from this moment, the message becomes deeper, sharper, more direct, and more revealing. Your soul called for truth, and heaven has answered. My beloved, for a long time, you have been walking with faith, even when your steps were trembling. You have been carrying yourself with strength, even when your heart was tired. You have been giving love, even when others gave you silence, confusion, or wounds. And heaven has witnessed every moment of it. There are things you did not speak aloud, but your soul cried them. There are moments where you smiled while your spirit quietly broke. There were days you acted strong while your heart whispered, I just want someone to understand me. And I, Archangel Michael, heard every one of those whispers. My child, your kindness has been taken for granted. Your love has been underestimated. Your loyalty has been misread as weakness. But heaven does not misread you. God has counted every tear, not to remind you of pain, but to measure the size of your blessing. Because blessings are never given to those who have had it easy. Blessings come to those who have survived themselves. Now hear me. Tonight, the spiritual world moves. There is a veil between what is seen and unseen. And that veil becomes thin tonight. You may feel a shift in your chest. A sudden quiet in your mind, a vibration in your hands. Or a strong sensation that something is standing near you. Do not fear. Do not pull away. Do not ignore it. That is me. That is the angelic presence. That is the revelation beginning. My beloved, someone has been pretending with you. Someone has carried a sweet voice, a gentle face, but a hidden intention. You have felt it. You have sensed the inconsistency. You have questioned your own intuition because you love deeply. And you do not like to think badly of others. But tonight, their true intention begins to show itself. Not through drama, not through confrontation, not through chaos, but through energy. Their eyes will change. Their tone will slip. Their behavior will reveal a shadow you never saw before. And in that moment, you will know this was the person heaven was warning you about. My child, do not ask, why me? Instead, say, thank you, God, for revealing the hidden. Because what is being removed from your path was never part of your destiny. You are stepping into a new season, a season where your heart is not used. Where your love is not wasted, where your mind is not heavy. And where your spirit is not drained. A season where your presence is honored. Your voice is valued, your tears are seen. And your destiny is protected. But before this new season arrives fully, the old must fall away. And that is what tonight is about. Now listen with your whole heart. When the truth reveals itself tonight, you must remain silent. Not silent from fear, but silent from strength. Silence is your armor. Observation is your power. Stillness is your victory. Because when someone exposes themselves, you do not need to expose them back. They expose themselves with their own actions. And heaven will show you something. You are stronger than you have ever known. Your spirit has grown beyond the place you were once confined to. Your heart is evolving out of the hands that mishandled it. My beloved, God is preparing to lift you financially, emotionally, spiritually. Energetically, a blessing with your name has been released. Not small, not temporary, not fragile. But big, life-changing, and undeniable. Yet what is coming cannot rest where false love exists. So false love must be revealed. That is why heaven says tonight, now I will reveal what happens after the revelation. But first, say softly or type, I trust the process. I am ready for the truth. My child, my beloved, you have spoken from your spirit, and I will continue. Listen with the deepest part of your heart now, because what comes next explains why. Everything had to happen the way it did. My beloved, you have wondered many times. Why do people change? Why do they become cold? Why do they distance themselves when I needed them most? Why was I the one who stayed even when they walked away? Why did I love them so deeply only to feel alone? These questions were not signs of weakness. They were signs that your heart was awakening. You were not meant to stay small. You were not meant to stay surrounded by those who only understood a fraction of who you are. You were not meant to remain in spaces where your value had to be explained. You are evolving. Your soul has been growing faster than the people around you. And this growth created a gap where you started to see truth clearer than ever. A gap where your intuition began to speak louder. A gap where your spirit began to sense what your mind could not yet understand. This is why the revelation is happening tonight. Because my beloved, if this truth is not revealed now, you will continue to carry weight that does not belong to you. You will continue to hold hands that do not lead you forward. You will continue to pour light into a heart that was never ready to receive it. And heaven refuses to let you waste any more of your life. My child, you have asked for healing. But healing does not always feel gentle. Sometimes healing feels like breaking before it feels like freedom. Sometimes healing looks like someone leaving. Sometimes healing looks like silence. Sometimes healing looks like a chapter closing suddenly. But every ending God allows is an ending that leads to protection. Hear me. Tonight is not about loss. Tonight is about release. Something that was draining you emotionally or spiritually is being lifted away. You are not losing anything important. You are being removed from what was lowering your vibration, your peace, your growth, your destiny. My beloved, after tonight, your energy will change. You will feel lighter. You will breathe easier. You will sleep differently. You will wake up with clarity instead of confusion. This is because your spirit will no longer be carrying someone else's weight. You were carrying emotions that were not yours. You were feeling pain that someone else caused inside themselves. You were healing others at the cost of wounding yourself. Heaven says no more. Now your energy rises. Now your spirit strengthens. Now your power returns to you. You will notice the shift. You will begin to speak less but be understood more. You will begin to care less for approval and more for peace. You will stop chasing connections, and connections will start chasing you. Your silence will have presence. Your presence will have impact. Your impact will have purpose. My child, you are entering a season where your name will carry power even in rooms you are not in. People will speak of you with awe. People will remember what you brought into their lives. People will feel your absence louder than your presence once felt. Because your spirit is rare, and rarity is never recognized immediately. It is recognized after it is gone. But you, my beloved, are not meant to go back. Not this time. Not again. Now I will tell you something sacred. After tonight, a blessing is coming toward you. Not by accident, not by luck, not by coincidence, but by divine alignment. This blessing has been waiting for the right moment. The right spiritual vibration, the right strength within you. And now you are ready. This blessing will touch your home, your heart, your finances, your peace, your future. But blessings cannot enter where illusions live. That is why the illusion must be cleared tonight. Now listen carefully. When the blessing comes, do not question whether you deserve it. Do not shrink yourself. Do not say, maybe this is too good for me. No, my child, you have earned this through pain, through patience. Through endurance, through faith, through silent battles, no one knew you were fighting. Heaven saw everything, and heaven is rewarding everything. But before I describe the blessing in detail, before I reveal how your life will shift in the next 7 days, I need you to anchor your spirit in readiness. Say softly or type. I am ready for my blessing. I release what is not mine. I trust what is coming. My child, my beloved, I will continue because your spirit is listening now, not just your mind. There is something important I must tell you. Your life is entering a 7-day transformation beginning after tonight's revelation. These 7 days will not be ordinary. They will not feel like the days you have lived before. They will carry a different weight, a different air, a different meaning. You will notice it. The world around you will respond to your energy differently. People will look at you with a quiet awareness as if something about you has shifted. Because it will have. My beloved, when the truth is revealed tonight, your spirit will detach from what was draining it. And once that happens, your frequency rises. This rise is what triggers the blessing. So I will show you what happens in these 7 days. Day 1, your sleep will feel different. Even if you sleep the same number of hours, your spirit will feel lighter when you wake. The heaviness that you have carried in your chest for months, maybe even years, will begin to dissolve. Day 2, someone's true colors will slip, a tone, a sentence, a reaction, a silence. Something will reveal who they really are. Do not argue. Do not correct. Do not defend. Just observe. This is the revelation you were promised. Day 3, your energy will feel powerful again. Not proud, not loud, not aggressive, but deeply steady. You will feel yourself returning to your own identity. The version of you before the pain, before the confusion, before being drained. Day 4, something unexpected will come, a message, an offer, a conversation, an opportunity, or a sign so clear it leaves no doubt. It will feel like God placing a hand on your shoulder and saying, "Yes, this is your time now." Day 5, peace. A peace you have not felt in a long time. Not the peace of escaping problems, but the peace of being aligned with your destiny. Day 6, your heart will begin to forgive. Not because they deserve forgiveness, but because your soul deserves freedom. Day 7, the blessing arrives. Something shifts in your physical reality. Something obvious, something undeniable, something that marks the beginning of a new chapter. My beloved, this blessing will not feel uncertain. It will not feel confusing. It will not make you question yourself. It will feel like, yes, this was mine the entire time. My child, you were never forgotten. You were simply being prepared. Prepared to receive what you are no longer afraid to lose. Prepared to stand in your value without shrinking. Prepared to love without begging for love in return. Prepared to speak without apologizing for your voice. Prepared to exist without needing permission. But now I must tell you something deeper. Someone's soul has been thinking of you intensely. Not a stranger, not someone new, but someone whose connection with you goes beyond this lifetime. This person has been unable to detach from your memory because your spirits recognized each other before your minds did. But their presence in your life was never meant to be casual. They are tied to your purpose. However, they could not step forward while old energy was still attached to you. This is another reason why the revelation must happen tonight. When that false connection falls away, the path becomes open for the person who is truly meant for your spirit. Not someone who drains you, not someone who confuses you. Not someone who makes you question your worth. But someone whose presence feels like home. You will recognize them not by their words, but by how your soul relaxes in their presence. This is what is being aligned now. But before I describe this person, before I reveal how your hearts connect, I need you to hold your spirit steady. Say softly or type, I am ready to be aligned. I am ready to be protected. I am ready to receive. My child, my beloved, you have spoken with readiness. So the message will now go deeper. I am going to reveal who this person is. The one whose life is connected to yours in a way that time cannot erase. Listen carefully. This is not someone who came into your life by accident. This is not someone who appeared just to pass time or to create memories and disappear. This soul has been tied to yours long before this lifetime. Your spirits have crossed paths before. That is why the connection felt different. That is why the conversation felt familiar. That is why the silence between you felt full instead of empty. That is why your heart recognized them even when your mind tried to question everything. My beloved, this person has tried to move on. They have tried to forget. They have tried to distract themselves with people, work, noise, and routine. But no matter what they do, your presence returns to them like a quiet echo in the back of their spirit. They feel you when they wake. They feel you when they are alone. They feel you when the world becomes quiet. It is not because they are weak, it is because your souls are aligned. But listen closely. They could not come toward you properly before because there was interference in your energy. Someone around you was blocking your heart, clouding your intuition, pulling your spirit down. Making your love feel heavy instead of sacred. This is why heaven is removing that interference tonight, not through war, not through anger, but through revelation. Once the truth becomes clear, your spirit will detach without effort. No struggle, no confusion, no emotional chaos, just realization. And after that moment, your heart becomes open again. But this time, not open to everyone. Only open to the one it already belongs to. My beloved, this person I speak of is someone who sees you as a mirror, not a mirror of appearance, but a mirror of soul. They are drawn to your inner world, your silence, your resilience. Your secrets, your scars, your softness. They feel safe in your presence, even when they have not told you why. But they have also been afraid. Afraid of losing you, afraid of not being enough, afraid of not knowing how to handle something real. Afraid of the intensity of their own emotions. So they pulled back, or they stayed distant, or they left without closure, or they watched you quietly from afar. Not because they did not care but because they cared too much. My child, their heart has been calling for you. Even if words were not spoken, the call was heard in heaven. This is why your energy is being reset now. So that when this person comes back into your life, not with confusion, not with half-effort, but with sincerity, you will be able to receive them without fear. But listen to me carefully. They do not return during chaos. They return after the revelation, after your peace returns. After your spirit rises, because the reunion of souls requires clarity. Now, let me tell you what the connection will feel like when they come back. It will not feel rushed. It will not feel forced. It will not feel confusing. It will feel like you can breathe again. Like your heart finally found a place to rest. Like your soul finally stopped searching. Like your future finally makes sense. There will be no games, no pretenses, no guessing, no fear. Just truth, just recognition, just remembrance. My beloved, your hearts are being aligned again for a purpose, not just love, not just companionship, but destiny. But before I reveal what role this person plays in your future and how your paths reconnect, you must anchor your soul in faith. Say softly or write, I am ready for aligned love. I am ready for divine timing. I am open to what is meant for me. My child, my beloved, you have opened your heart again, so I will continue. What I tell you now is sacred. The reunion does not happen in noise. It does not happen during confusion. It does not happen when your spirit is tired or wounded. It happens when your soul becomes still. And that stillness begins after tonight. Because once the truth is revealed, once the false attachment is removed, once your energy returns to itself, your spirit sends out a signal. A call, a vibration, a pull. And the one whose soul is tied to yours will feel it instantly, even if you say nothing. Even if you post nothing, even if you reach out to no one. This person will feel you in their chest like a memory that suddenly becomes alive again. Like a voice they didn't know they were still listening for, like a presence that has been standing with them all along. They may not understand it at first. They may describe it as an ache, a longing, a sudden sadness, or a sudden warmth. But it is recognition. Their soul is remembering yours. And when this recognition becomes strong enough, they will take a step. Not a hesitant one, not a weak one, not a confused one. But a real one, a step toward you. It may look like a message, a call, a voice note, a conversation that starts slowly but carries depth. An apology spoken in quiet sincerity, a confession they were too afraid to say before. They will not come to play with your heart. They will not come to test you. They will not come to take from you. They will come to give, not gifts, not promises, but presence, their truth, their effort. The reunion begins softly, not like a storm. Not like a sudden burst of emotion, but like a sunrise. Gradual, warm, natural, undeniable. You will not need to force anything. You will not need to chase. You will not need to overthink because destiny does not require effort. It requires recognition, and both of you will recognize. Now, my beloved, I will tell you the sign that the reunion is beginning. You will start to see their name, their initials, their birth month. Or something uniquely tied to them appear repeatedly in your reality. Not once, not twice, but consistently. On screens, in conversations, in dreams. In passing moments that feel too precise to be random. This is not coincidence. This is alignment. Your soul is telling you it is time now. My child, when you see this sign, you do not need to rush. You do not need to control anything. Just open your heart quietly and say, I am ready. Because the reunion will unfold on its own. The universe has already arranged the timing. Heaven has already prepared the moment. The path is already clear. And when the moment comes, you will not feel fear. You will feel home. But my beloved, there is something more I must reveal. Your connection with this person is not only emotional, it is purposeful. The two of you together carry a light that the world needs. You are meant to lift each other, heal each other. And build something that does not fade. This is not a love of temporary attachment, this is a love of destiny. But before I describe what you build together, before I show you the power of your shared future, your spirit must affirm its readiness once more. Say softly or write. I am ready to receive what my soul has been waiting for. I am ready for the life that belongs to me. My child, my beloved, you have spoken with readiness. So I will continue. Now the message shifts into what happens to your life once the revelation unfolds and the reunion begins. Listen slowly. Let the words enter you. Because what comes next is not just comfort, it is transformation. My beloved, when the energy that has been draining you leads your life tonight, a space opens within you. Not an empty space, but a sacred space. This space is where your blessing enters. For a long time, your blessing has been waiting. Circling your life, standing at the edges of your reality, unable to step fully into your hands. Because something or someone was blocking your spirit from receiving. The blessing could not land. In a heart filled with confusion, the blessing could not grow. In a mind filled with doubt, the blessing could not stay. In a home where your peace was disturbed, heaven did not deny you the blessing. Heaven simply waited for the moment your spirit was free enough to hold it. That moment begins tonight. And what unfolds after is powerful. There are 4 areas of your life that will shift. Your home will become peaceful. Silence will feel comforting instead of heavy. Your space will feel lighter. Your sleep will become deeper. Your dreams will become clearer. You will feel protected, watched over, safe. The spiritual noise that once surrounded you, the tension, the heaviness, the emotional imbalance, will dissolve. Your home will become a sanctuary again. Your heart will open without fear. Your love will not drain you anymore, it will restore you. Because the person entering your life is not coming to take from you but to build with you. They will speak gently. They will listen with their soul. They will show effort instead of promises. They will stay. Your heart will not have to beg to be understood. Your mind will become clear. You will stop overthinking. You will stop fighting your own intuition. The inner confusion that has lived inside you for so long will begin to quiet. You will begin to make decisions without fear. You will move forward confidently. You will trust yourself again. Because your spirit will no longer be tangled in someone else's shadows. Your finances will shift, not slowly, not eventually, but noticeably. Your energy has been blocked by emotional weight. And when that emotional weight lifts, financial flow begins. This is why your blessing is not just emotional but material. Your work, your opportunities, your creativity, your income, your stability. All of it begins rising. Not because of effort, but because your spirit will be aligned again. My beloved, you are stepping into a season where money will feel less difficult. Peace will feel more natural, love will feel safer, life will feel more meaningful. This is the life that has been waiting for you. But now, I will reveal something even deeper. The blessing that comes is not small. It is not temporary. It is not something that comes and goes. It is a blessing that changes the direction of your life. It is a blessing that builds foundation, stability, future, legacy. This is why the revelation had to happen tonight. This is why heaven has been speaking urgently. This is why your spirit has been feeling restless. Because your old life has reached its ending point. And your new life is ready to begin. But hear me, this blessing requires one thing from you. Not effort, not perfection, not sacrifice, just allowing. Allow what leaves to leave. Allow what arrives to arrive. Do not chase. Do not resist. Do not cling. Just receive. Now, my beloved, to open yourself fully to what is coming. Speak these words with your heart. I allow what is meant for me to stay. I release what is not aligned with my soul. I am ready to receive my blessing. My child, My beloved, your spirit has agreed. So I will continue. Now I will reveal the exact moment the blessing enters and the sign heaven will send to confirm that everything has begun. Be present while you read. Do not rush these words, my beloved. The blessing enters the moment your heart no longer tries to hold on to what is leaving, not when everything makes sense. Not when you feel fully healed, not when you feel strong. It enters the moment you simply stop clinging. Because what is leaving your life now was not aligned with your spirit anymore. And the universe cannot place new light in hands that are closed around old shadows. So tonight, when the truth comes forward, your heart will recognize it. You might not cry. You might not speak. You might not react at all. You may simply feel a quiet understanding. A calm knowing, a soft whisper inside your chest saying, "It is time." And in that moment, your spirit lets go, not angrily, not painfully, but naturally. This is when the blessing begins. Now listen very carefully. The sign that the blessing has entered will come within 48 to 72 hours. It will not be dramatic. It will not be loud. It will not be confusing. It will be clear. Something will happen that makes you stop for a moment, and you will think. This could not be a coincidence. It may be a message from someone you are spiritually connected to. A sudden opportunity, a piece of news that opens a new path. Money arriving unexpectedly, a dream so vivid it feels real. Or someone speaking words you needed to hear. But whatever it is, you will feel it in your soul like a door quietly opening. Like breath returning to your chest after a long time. And you will know the shift has begun. Now, my child, my beloved, I must tell you the message you will receive in the days ahead. It will come in one of three forms. A message that begins with, "I've been thinking about you." A voice that says, "Are you okay? I feel something is happening with you." Or a confession, "I didn't realize how much you meant to me until now." This message may come from the person whose soul is tied to yours. Or from someone new who carries truth, sincerity, and grounding. Do not assume. Do not rush. Do not assign meaning too quickly. Simply receive, watch, listen. Your spirit will know who is real. Because when the right one speaks, your heart will feel still. Not excited, not anxious, not overwhelmed, just still. Stillness is your sign. Stillness is recognition. Stillness is truth. My beloved, what is unfolding for you now is bigger than love alone. It is your spiritual return to your own soul. You are remembering who you are, a soul that has survived storms yet still knows how to love. A heart that has been betrayed yet still knows how to care. A spirit that has been wounded yet still knows how to rise. You are not fragile. You are sacred. And heaven is restoring you to yourself now. But hear me. You must not go back to what wounded you. You must not soften the truth when it reveals itself tonight. You must not doubt your intuition. When clarity arrives, you must choose yourself. My beloved, the way you have chosen others for so long. Now prepare your heart, because soon, very soon, your blessing will take form in the physical world. But for your spirit to receive it fully, Say these words slowly with intention. I choose peace. I choose truth. I choose myself. I am ready for the life that is waiting for me. When you speak these words, I will continue with the next part. What your new life looks like once the blessing settles into your reality.